Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having an amazing start to your day. I wanted to welcome you to the Daystone Brief, where we'll talk taxes, strategy, and money without putting you to sleep. I'm Addison from Daystone Capital Advisors, and this is going to be part of a bi weekly informative segment where I'll give quick insight on how to help you outsmart the tax code while gaining financial clarity. But before we begin, on a side note, those of you that know me know I have an unhealthy obsession with Cadillacs. And earlier this week, I was talking to a good pal of mine who I was telling about these video segments and how I needed name ideas for this segment. And he suggested I should call it Addy and the Caddies Convos. Now, naturally, I thought that was a great idea, but my PR department shut it down immediately, so it's not happening. And that's how we ended up here on the first episode of the Daystone Brief. Let's get started. So, the other day I was talking to my cousin's husband, Alex. Shout out to Alex from Limbrook. And we somehow started talking about taxes. Shocker, right? But hey, it's bound to happen when you hang out with an accountant. Now, Alex has a sister who happens to be a business owner. Alex's sister has a 16-year-old daughter. So, Alex suggests to his sister that she should look into opening a custodial account for his niece. But he stopped mid-conversation and he said to me, Addison, I don't get it though. Does that mean that my niece needs to have a job? Or can my sister just open the custodial account up and contribute money herself? And you see, this is where people get caught up. You see, what a custodial Roth is, it's a financial instrument created for the minor. But here's the key. The minor needs to have earned income. So think W-2, think summer job, think babysitting, mowing the lawn, modeling at Macy's, and yes, even working in the family business like in our case. The IRS just wants a legitimate source of income. And once we establish that the minor does have legitimate income, that Roth becomes a tax-free growth machine because you contribute with after-tax dollars. So any growth inside that account, interest, dividends, gains, all grow tax-free. So if Alex's niece, for example, contributed as little as $2,000 from the age of 16 to 18, and it grew at a rate of 8% annually, by the time Alex's niece turned 61, she would approximately have $191,000 of tax-free money. That's insane. You see, the common misconception is that people think that the Roth are only for adults, and we just debunked that myth. Another misconception is they think it's tax defer, when really it's not. It's tax up front, and that's what allows it to grow tax-free. So if you really think about it, you're prepaying for decades of peace of mind. And that's what we call tax strategy for everyday peace of mind. So if you want your kids' money to work harder than your teenager on a Saturday morning, ask your CPA or your accountant about a custodial Roth account. I'm Addison from Daystone Capital Advisors, and this was the Daystone Brief. Because the best tax strategy is the one that builds wealth quietly while you sleep.